So the article that my colleagues and I are submitting here looks at the effect of including a project-based design in a first-year civil engineering course, in particular the introductory course. Two of the co-authors, Mick Basine and Stephen Boyles, were concerned about the retention in civil engineering, particularly for women students, and they had wondered if a project-based approach might help to address this by giving students an opportunity to experience what it was like to actually do civil engineering work early on and help them create a greater affiliation with the field. And so they developed a project and used it as the overarching structure for the entire introductory course. It was a project to redesign an event center here on our campus. This is a real event center that's actually slated for demolition. And within that, because it would be difficult for first-year students to create an actual design for customers, there was a series of scaffolded benchmark lessons where they addressed different fields within civil engineering. For example, for the field of water resources engineering, they had to design a plan for the floodplain and a mitigation plan for flooding events. And as part of this overall overarching design. And we looked at the effect of this project on students' identification with engineering as measured by an instrument developed by Pribitok et al. And we were fortunate in that we were also able to compare with other versions of the course, other students who were taking the traditional version of the course, which was not project-based, at the same time. And we were able to see an increase in students' engineering design efficacy, which was exactly what we were looking for as a component of engineering identity. But we did see a decrease in students' math self-efficacy, and we wondered if that might be due to something that we saw in interviews that we also did with the students in addition to surveying them. In the interviews, students expressed very positive views toward the project-based course and said that it really gave them a flavor for what it was like to actually do civil engineering. It was not boring. It showed them they really were going to like this field. But at the same time, they worried that there was something abstract and hard from mathematics or science that they were not getting. They found the math and science almost too easy to do in the context, and that worried them. And so we're wondering if that made the math self-efficacy more of a salient feature for them. And we're hoping that other institutions will continue this work looking at how project-based instruction in the first year affects engineering identification with civil engineering. And toward that end, we've included as much information about the course and how we implemented it. We have both a rubric and student sample work in the online supplemental materials that we hope might help to provide a starting point. And we also hope to pursue the long-term study of these students and how participating in a project-based design course influences their retention in engineering.